Well, Imran Khan has been very provocative. I mean, he's been challenging not just the civil administration in Islamabad, but he has been saying very publicly that we will not let you in peace, and we will follow you, and we will harass you. That kind of threats to a civil judge. So that is what has led to this police report against him. What he's been doing now, that's in a result of his kind of politics. Um, and what he's been doing, what his followers have been doing is harassing people. They're very abusive. They actually go around threatening people. And in his recent trade statements, he'd just generally been threatening people. So this is a reaction. But I think there is something deeper in it. And that deeper is that the military, powerful, politically powerful military wants to push him back now.
Yes, and look, you talk about him being very vocal, and these threats are unfortunate, but he's also being, holding daily mass rallies, should we say, and really accusing so many people around him of politically just trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Now, they got the political opposition, his political opposition got rid of him through constitutional parliamentary means. There was a vote of no confidence against him, in which they succeeded. He failed, and he's out. Now, instead of taking those results, he's been going around challenging. He calls the military neutrals. He's been saying that, neutral, you can only animal can be neutral. So he's been, calling names to the senior, to the army chief, basically. And nobody has really done that. I mean, yes, the previous Prime Minister, Nawaz Sharif, had named the ISI chief and the army chief as people, who'd pushed him out of the government. And we know, I mean, it's a known fact that Pakistan's military is extremely powerful, and they are the ones who probably decided to get rid of him. But he thinks he can challenge them, he can rally support, and the amazing thing is that there is huge support from Imran Khan. So if you push him out of politics like this, if you jail him, or if you don't jail him, I think in both cases, the impact for Pakistan, its politics and society, it's not going to be good.
Yes, indeed. And, when you talk about potentially jailing him, is there not the risk that it would bring his supporters out in their thousands onto the streets?
Yeah, I mean, that fear is there because, there is so much anger. Pakistan is 75 years old. And now the issue is that about 60% or more than 60% population is under 35. This is what I call the metaverse generation. They believe in him as a parallel reality. They think he can bring change. They believe that he's the man who stood up to American pressure. They really look up to him. And this is a very angry generation that has the capacity to come out. And the problem with PTI is that in PTI, you take out Imran Khan and nothing is left. So if there's going to be, without leadership, if you're going to have people out on the street demonstrating, protesting, I think that is going to be ugly. It's not going to be nice.
Would he, do you believe, be re-elected? I mean, if you look at his record, though, when he was in office, people were very disappointed about what he actually achieved.
Yes, but what has happened is that he has come at a time when Ukraine hit the world, including Pakistan. The fuel prices have gone up. There is huge inflation. I mean, food inflation is over 15% in Pakistan, leave alone everything else. So this new government, which thought it had succeeded in getting rid of him, landed itself with a huge, load of troubles. The IMF, negotiating with the IMF. Nobody in the world seems to be ready to give Pakistan ready cash as it used to. So there is inflation, there is, cost of living has just gone up in Pakistan. So all that anger, which he deserved, has now been transferred to the new government. They're angry. They feel that had he been there, things would have been better. That he didn't really compromise in the face of IMF pressure. So he has emerged as a new hero. I mean, he would have been a villain, but what we see is he is the new hero.
Yeah, and he believes he would win another election. Would the military allow that?
So what he's doing is that he believes that if he comes into government before November, 26th of November is when, 29th of November, sorry, is when the current Chief of Army Staff retires. Now, he wants to be able to form the government to select his new army chief. And the whole game now is around not just Imran Khan, but around the army chief. He believes that if he's the one selecting the army chief, then things are going to be better, that he's going to get support from the army. And the fact of the matter is that the army itself is a bit divided. I mean, the junior cadres are very supportive of Imran Khan. The echelons, they do real politics. So, they are going to support whatever benefits them. But that's where the game stands at the moment.
Yeah, which is a dangerous game in a sense. So these charges are being brought, but do you think they'll be followed through on? Do you expect to see him in jail?
The couple of it's on a daily basis, on a moment to moment, things are changing. Depends on what he does, how he reacts. One of his key party members yesterday announced jihad. He said, "This is jihad. Come out on the streets. Come out, fight." So if they're going to create more chaos, and if there's going to be bloodshed, I think we could it could all even result in a martial law. I think one thing which the army has decided, they're not going to let him come this time around. There has to be negotiation. So they're trying to push him. They're trying to be, in a way, decent with him. He's been given a bail for 3 days. So let's see what comes out.
Good to talk and get that perspective, Ayesha. Thanks so much.